Today is June 3rd, and we woke up to bad news. And I'm going to ask Boone about it. Let's talk Yanks. Did not enjoy the news I woke up to.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards.
Deadlines.
Dan Zlotnick, everyone.
Time for Talking Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake, BBD in the corner. And today we are asking Boone about a lot of stuff, Jake. But most importantly, that Weaver's gone. He'll be back, but he's gone. How are you?
James Davis, everyone tuning in. I'm okay. It was, for me, it was the last phone check of the night. Last phone check of the night. And, dude, you know, a Yankees non-Twitter night, it's, you know, sometimes there's some peace and blessings in not checking Twitter one last time. But also I got roped in. Dude, I put on MLB Network for a second, and I was like, watching the A's-Twins game, and I was just like, A's-Twins. And then it was Trevor Plouffe on the call. So he was talking about, like, you know, guys talking about fly balls, and it didn't process at first, and I'm like, time out. That's our guy. So that was kind of a nice moment. And then I was like, you know what? I am going to check Twitter one more time. And then I was like, Jeff Passan tweet.
Wild. Yeah, I did go to sleep early because
Yankees off
I've
day,
been tired. I went to sleep at like 9.
Oh.
I think I went to sleep at 9. So it was a morning. It was middle of the night. James asked me to go to his bed in the middle of the night, and I checked my phone, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, 4:30 a.m. text from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got up at 5, so that was. I had to go twice. Anyway, we asked Boone about that. We actually had to play beat reporter a lot because there was an off day yesterday, and there's a lot of IL news, guys coming back, who's on, timeline. So it was a lot of that, some bullpen questions. Good stuff, I guess. I don't know. I'm a little soured on the whole Weaver situation.
Yeah, it's your openly admitted favorite player.
Yeah.
You know, I posted, you know, and then so it's the last tweet I see, and I'm like, oh, we all, you know, when we post little videos in live time with sports, they do well, but I'm not wearing a shirt, and I'm not trying to be a thirst trap, but these shoulders just don't stop working. And then my phone's doing this double echo audio thing. Is that a setting, or is my phone broken?
I think that's just your voice.
Oh, wow. So yeah, I don't know. Matt Blake.
I will
Matt
say
Blake.
this, just before I go to the interview, at one point I say a player texted me and told me to
That was
ask
a lie.
Boone this question. And for the people that don't understand
That was a lie.
the tone of the show, that was a lie.
That was a lie.
I did
A
not
goof,
get
even.
texted from a player to ask Boone a question. But they're grateful I asked.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So let's just throw it to today's Bantering with Boone, which is presented by T-Mobile, the network we trust, whether we're home, at the ballpark, or on the road. I've been telling you guys, I do bath time with the kids after dinner. That's usually the first couple innings. The other night, watching the game, kids in the bath, I have the phone propped up, watching DJ LeMahieu collect 4 hits as the Yankees won over the Dodgers. James in the bath, loved it. Big fan. That's the kind of coverage that keeps you locked in wherever you are, all on America's largest 5G network. Also, this season, thanks to Magenta Status, we have access to a bunch of perks just for being with T-Mobile, like discounted tickets to select MLB games, hotel deals, and free in-flight Wi-Fi. Perfect for trips like heading to the Derby. If you're not already with T-Mobile, now's the time to add the best 5G coverage in the game to your lineup. Learn more at T-Mobile.com. Big thanks to T-Mobile for partnering with us this season. We're pumped to keep bringing baseball content to fans with them on board. We also asked Boone about this guy. And the update, well, here you go. Welcome back. Another Bantering with Boone. Booney, I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and I found out my favorite player is hurt and missing, potentially going to miss a lot of time. And that was a bad thing to wake up to. So is it a joke? Weaver's not hurt?
No, I think he's got something. So I think most of the reports you're hearing are probably pretty accurate. We'll have a better idea today because I know some second opinion stuff going on, but I'm pretty certain headed to the IL at least.
4 to 6 weeks, they said?
We'll see. I want him to get second opinion, stuff like that, make sure. So hopefully that's the situation.
How'd that go?
Hopefully the good part of that situation.
Yeah.
How'd that go down live time? Because last we see, Weave's getting up in the bullpen. The Yanks get the fourth insurance run. So I think it's Tim Hill. And we're like, okay, that happens sometimes. And then we get the Weaver update. So, like, do you get a call back from Harkey? And he's like, hey, Weave hammy? Walk us through it.
Yeah. So he warmed up, was pretty much ready to go. And then we were going to go with him even at 4 runs, too. And then we got a call down that said, like, he had, stopped warming up because he was warm. So he's going to wait till, he needed a few more pitches before coming in, and then just went over and like stretched. And during while he stretched himself, he felt something in his hammy. So pretty freak situation that, usually not when you're stretching, that's something like that comes up. But, looks like it's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Dang.
And I've the elephant in the room between you and me is I've been gunning for your job this whole time. But like, what are the next steps? what are the, like, genuinely, because then is it Harkey being like, so who do you want up now? Like, do you tell Brad because he's the bad news guy? Like what?
We had already gotten Timmy up just because, in case we added on, I wanted him to be in position to come in the game.
Okay.
Got to a 5-run lead or whatever. So, so Tim was pretty much up along with them and ready to go. I went out just to tell the umpire, though, just in case Hill needed a couple extra throws, just that we did have an injury. So, which he gave him, but I think Tim was pretty much ready.
So where does that leave you with the closer role? I mean, any decisions made? Is it as simple as Devin's job again? Or
yeah, Devin will do most of the closing. Obviously there's days you stay away from guys. So feel like we have a lot of guys capable of stepping up. We'll get Fernando back today. And obviously with Leiter and Lowe and, whoever, have a lot of confidence in guys being able to finish off the game. And again, hopefully this is something that with Weave, isn't a real long-term thing. It's obviously good. It's not an arm situation. It's, hammies are always tricky, but, better than being an elbow or a shoulder or lat or something for a pitcher. So, and hopefully this is something that, we reap some benefits on the back end with just, from a workload standpoint, hopefully being fresher for us in the second half of the season too.
Take that spin, I guess. I'm bummed. Love watching him pitch.
Yeah.
Speaking of Devin, comes out in what game did he pitch? 3? Am I referencing? And he was pumping. He was sitting 94, 95 every now and then. And it kind of, I did a little dog turn head, just like, And then I went and looked at the stats because he's very inconsistent with his fastball velo this year. It's just, it's like the track of it is game to game is just up, down. And the numbers when he's 94 and above are no one's hitting his fastball at all. It's got a 0.38 slugging. No one's got a hit off it. The expected slugging is 0.38. When he's under 94, it's a 4.05 slugging and 250. Like, it's a stark difference. So I checked the last year, like, okay, we haven't watched this guy pitch. Is this how it is? He's throwing way more under 94 mile per hour fastballs this year. Like, his fastball's down on the year, but there's not that trajectory of like, okay, as the season goes, he's getting more and more and more like the other relievers that I compared it against. Is there some that you guys are seeing there mechanically?
I think it's nothing. I don't think that we're seeing too much other than probably just that last bit of subtle where you click it properly. And I think, when now he's been really good here, for better part of a month now, I think it also results in command too. So hopefully, again, as we just get deeper and deeper in the season and he gets in more and more of a rhythm, there's consistency there with that, to go along with the changeup.
So, we don't like going beat writer mode, but we got a couple others we got to check off. Dominguez in the thumb. Like, I'm hoping this is a quick, easy one. He's good. He's batting 5th today.
Well, he won't be in there today.
Okay.
But and I think we're still getting our arms around just the severity of it.
Okay.
It seems day to day right now, but there was swelling in there to me that, I want to make sure, they kind of compared it to when Juan last year with us kind of hit his thumb on the plate and bruised it. Remember, he missed a few games.
Yeah, the Dodgers series last year.
Yeah. So
What the shit?
what it kind of initially looks like, but I think they're still going through testing and stuff to make sure. So still a little uncertainty around that. But he won't be in the lineup today. Hopefully, I haven't spoken to trainers yet this morning about it, but I know he's going to get checked out again at like 11 this morning. So hopefully we have better answers and a true timeline if it's just a day-to-day thing or if it's going to require something else.
Didn't love that update, Booney.
So are you blaming Dodger Stadium? Do we want to
Yeah.
officially, I mean, not like, is there a hex or a jinx or something going on? I mean, Judge in the wall last time we were there, that was brutal. Now we lose our closer. Dominguez is hurt.
I'm not. No.
You almost walked
That was
yourself
fair.
into a bad headline.
That was fair.
Don't
That
let
was
me
fair.
do
Come on,
that to
Blanche.
you. All right, what about some other guys? Cruz and Jazz. Are we going to see them soon? Paused.
Yeah, you'll see them both today.
Hey!
And Jazz will be playing third.
More good news, man. Come on.
And I that's just to keep the versatility alive for Jazz.
Yeah, a little bit of, I don't want to move them back and forth right now. I don't want to get down the road and have to, then all of a sudden throw them at third. I feel like, DJ's getting some good rhythm at second. So just feel like right now this is the best way to go. And it could be a little bit of a fluid situation, but his ability to do it and his versatility and is really valuable for us right now.
And does that mean Peraza, your beat, and DJ are still like a 3-person platoon at second?
Yeah, so we'll do it that way. Yeah.
Is there any? I guess we'll just have to see. Is it going to be matchup based? Because that's 3 guys that have been getting somewhat good run. One guy's going to miss out, or I don't know. Is it a straight like? Is Peraza going to miss out and DJ's the righty bat now, and Drew beats the lefty bat, or is it going to be all 3?
No, we'll see. We'll just play it day by day, kind of series by series. What makes the most sense?
Is Jorbeat still there? Because we got to send someone down.
Oh,
So
No, I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but the plan will be for Jazz to be back today.
what happened with Rodon? The ESPN booth said something like, I just thought keep him on, give him an extra day of rest. You didn't have to force him and keep the
Yarbrough's been pitching
Yarbrough's
great.
been pitching good in the rotation, but the ESPN broadcast said that Rodon's bullpen, he wasn't reacting. It was something like that. Like
Wasn't recovering
It wasn't
as well.
recovering. It was a decision based on the bullpen, which made me and Jake go, wait, what? Like, why?
Don't even tell us.
Literally, it was just giving him the extra day, like
Okay.
coming off 100 and whatever 7-inning outing where he was kind of fielding his position too. So, he was probably a little slower this go around to recover, but nothing out of the norm. And so it kind of became an easy decision, especially with the way Yarbrough has been throwing, to keep him online. And then the only thing I didn't want to do, and I wanted to make sure with Carlos, is we always love when we get a 6th day for any and all of them. Sometimes we get a little worried when it's that 7th day, you take them a little bit out of their rhythm. And I just wanted to make sure that from my standpoint with Carlos, like, are we good if we go a 7th day this time? And he was fine with that. And then it puts him in a position where now he's Tuesday, Sunday. So he'll be on a 5-day this time going today and then the Sunday game against Boston.
That was we were going to ask that. River Ave Blues had pointed this out in their recent article that Fried and Rodon have gotten the extra day, a decent amount this season. The Yankees have the second most pitchers who have started on normal rest, which in all of baseball. But Rodon and Fried seem to get moved. But we couldn't remember any like intentional times that happened. But that is something that you see that extra day available and you'll wiggle if you can to keep them fresh?
Not necessarily wiggle, but like we just like the 6 day, when we can get it, especially for our guys like Fried and Rodon who, are trending towards those 200 inning seasons, like we understand like with those guys, we're going deep into games. And so we just want to be mindful of that with them. And then, just sometimes depends how the schedule lines up and you're allowed to maneuver or you have some freedom to maneuver on a given trip through based on an off day. So we just try to pay attention to all that.
Today's episode of Talkin' Yanks is brought to you by American Crew. Just like you need the right gear in sports, you need the right gear for your hair. We've teamed up with American Crew, the champions in men's grooming, to help you style like a pro. Fiber Puck, it's your MVP. It holds like no other, perfect for post-game day or any high-intensity day for that matter. Forming Cream Puck, you got it. Maybe you're a pomade puck person. Slick back look, yeah. Smooth control, a glossy finish. Might be nice if your hair has those denser curls. Grab your style essentials and ensure your hair always scores high no matter what the play. Whether you're fielding tough questions or tackling a busy schedule, American Crew has you covered. Score your own grooming goals and grab these on Amazon. Style like a pro, look like a champ, American Crew.
Going to the Dodgers series, game 1. I'm interested to see how you guys are going to use Loizaga, because I thought he was building up to be 2 innings extra, multiple inning guy. He hasn't done that yet, so I don't know if that's still the case. And then he will be.
Okay, I mean, it'll be kind of case by case, depending on the game and availability and stuff, and when he's pitched last. So there's been a couple games where he's been in play for 1+ to 2 innings. There's been a couple where we've brought him, after 1 day off, and it was kind of back-to-back ones. We had him available for his first back-to-back, I think, in and around the Angel series. So he'll give us that flexibility.
When in game 1, when you take Loizaga out to go to Tim Hill, so is that because you rather Tim Hill in the situation, or did you think Loizaga wasn't sharp that game? Or?
No, just in an infield in situation, Muncie's the one guy that I'm worried about matchup wise with Lowe.
And you saw that game 3.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't mean he's going to not get him out.
I know, but I'm just saying it's a smart call.
Right. And we're going to be in an infield in situation there, and we're at that third batter. So I was just going to, I felt like that was the game there. He's the third batter for Lowe. So once it got to a second and third situation with Conforto on deck and knowing Betts is probably not available, and not that I love walking and bringing the walk into play, which ended up happening, I'm going to trust Timmy Hill to throw strikes, and the left on left there, a chance to get a double play with Conforto. I was going to take that shot right there. Felt like that was the game. He ends up losing them and then gets the double play with Rojas on the next batter. So we only give up 1 there. But felt like just situationally, that was the play right there.
I guess for me, that's where I jump in a little bit. I guess that next inning, I'm expecting to see Leiter on the mound. Like the episode before this, we went through Leiter's splits and his last 21 inning. Like if you take out the first 3 games, he'd been nails. That I was like, okay, Dodgers series, we're debating if Rodon's going to throw Sunday. Like there's a little more juice, as we've discussed. That I was a little surprised to see.
Leiter was the only one down Friday.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Leiter's pitched a lot.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. When again, no shots fired at Yeri, who that sinker looks like it can be fun, but that was just a little head tilt moment of like the inning before you bring in the extra reliever to attack that moment and win that game. It was a little surprised.
Yeah.
So Loizaga's Going to face lefties? Like that's the plan? I know he struggled recently against lefties, but I just wondered if we have
any long righty lane, we always try to get him in.
Yes.
Because, he's so dominant there, but he should be able to handle lefties too with his changeup and just stuff overall.
It used to be kind of funny going into Blue Jays series when they were all righty, and it's like, all right, Low, get fresh, kid.
No, I know. It was, we'd have 6th or 7th inning. You got Low for Springer, Bichette, Vladdy, and then you got Clay coming around the next time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they were kind of in hell.
Yeah.
What's your takeaways from the Dodger series? Do you have any bigger thoughts? I mean, obviously you leave with some injuries, and that's a bummer, but Game 2, I know it's baseball and you lose games, but there is storylines that can be built that become an annoyance and a nuisance for you, and for fans, it's like, oh, shit, this stinks.
Yeah, I mean, there's always noise around it, so I was just really pleased with how we played in the finale. You're up against Yamamoto, who's obviously been great, and so I feel like this team all year so far has really responded to every difficult loss we've had. Quote, tough loss. We had some tough losses that first month of the season, and look at every one of those. I feel like the next day we bounced back really well and put up a strong performance. So naturally, after losing Friday after having to leave, and then obviously Saturday was where we get our asses handed to us, and of course there's all kinds of noise around that series. For the boys to come out and play the way they did on Sunday against their ace, I thought was great, and a testament to them and how they've responded to everything all year, and just kind of keep playing, turn the page, on to the next one. That you hear that all the time, but we live that, and this group does a good job of that.
And I thought it was their full game of best at bats on the West Coast trip. Not a strong statement, but even like the Angels and the Rockies, they were kind of looking for the one inning, and they got it. So again, I'm not going to be mad about that. But
score big, really
right.
Over the last 10 days, 2 weeks. We had a huge inning out in Colorado. We've just been overall, I think, playing good baseball and winning games. But you're right, that Sunday game, especially when you consider Yamamoto starting the game, I thought our at bats from top of the lineup to bottom were really, really strong.
This upcoming part of the schedule, some people have been referring to it as faux row, as all the playoff teams.
What'd you call it?
Faux row.
May I?
Please.
I think whoever's labeled it that way is the playoff teams that some people don't think are legitimate contenders.
No, it's just everyone they played last year in the playoffs.
Faux row.
Dodgers, Guardians, Royals, and you sprinkle in the Red Sox. It's all of the people you played in the postseason last year.
That's a lot nicer than I thought you would.
And the
I
Red
don't
Sox.
get it. What does that have? What's faux row?
So he's
Well,
saying
it's a
faux,
as in
F-O-E.
F-O-E, yeah, enemy.
Oh.
Like your enemies, rivals. And then row is
I didn't think
all
you
in
were
a row.
calling Cleveland. Okay.
They played them in the postseason.
Yeah. I see it now.
And, okay, so then we got that coming up, right? And then I'm walking you into a fan's brain. Now, be it, I am a fan that is optimistic about this team. I like the squad, the makeup, and all that. Weaver's out, and that's bumming me out.
Mm-hmm.
Last 2 years, I've seen great April and Mays. June and July have been 500 months the last 2 seasons. And now my favorite pitcher, Weaver's out. Can you take this concern out of my brain for me?
We're going to go do the best we can, and we got a good team. That's all I can tell you. So
Did that help?
No, I want Weaver
crystal
back.
ball.
What's that?
I don't have a crystal ball, but
The schedule does get tougher. It seems
our team. I like our, I like our focus, and we'll be fine.
I asked you this like 3 weeks ago. Is Yarbrough in the rotation? or is it like here and there we're working on it, and you left it open ended to decide? Has he earned being just like he's every fifth day gets the ball? I mean, he's been great.
He's been awesome. I mean,
he texted me saying to ask you that.
I mean, look, one of the things he does bring is that flexibility, though. So, we'll try and keep that open, but he's been a godsend for us, really stabilizing our rotation here, and obviously really glad he's on our team. He's been awesome. He's been great in our room. He's been, he's kind of tormented us a little bit over the years. Like a lot of these games he's thrown against us when he was with Tampa and stuck it to us. It's good to watch him do it to other teams now. He's fun to watch pitch. I love watching him compete.
Do you think
just doing it a different way?
Do you think there's any credence to the fact that the sport is going so much in the way of velocity and 95 plus, and you got starters that are throwing change-ups in the 90s when he's throwing 71, 78, like he truly is below the hitting speed now, and it makes it very difficult?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely a factor. Like, let's not take away, though, how good he is at
pinpoint control at that velo, too.
Like, he's throwing you sinker, four seam, cutter, sweeper, changeup from 70 to he gets up to 90 every now and then. Yeah. But he's truly changing speeds and doing it at a really high level, like with command. And then you throw in the added delivery thing that I think creates some deception for guys too. Like he's 6'5", but kind of drops down, has that sidearm, so it's a funky delivery too. You watch guys, you can tell it's not a comfortable at bat. So he's fun to watch.
Quadruple U, Will Warren, he goes out for the second game, and it's obviously kind of a nightmare. In the locker room after, is it better to treat things as normal? Like, hey, there's bad days at the office. We'll see you next start. Is there any other there were a lot of eyeballs on this series, and you give a speech about Leo DeRocher in a game he pitched in 81 when he got lit up. Like, which path do you take?
Your timeline's a little off with Leo DeRocher.
Yeah, I was looking for a name, and I found something.
All right. I talked to Will, just walked out to the bus with him, and he's good. It's going to happen. He's been through already a lot of tougher moments at the big league level and handled and grown from all of it. And this is no different. I think he knows he's really good. I think he knows that his stuff is good enough to get anyone out when he executes. So you process this. I know they'll have their, the pitching group will have their review with him here, in the coming days before his next start. And he's got a really good supportive group in there as far as his fellow pitchers, his fellow teammates. And for me, he seemed like in a good frame of mind after that game. You kind of sit in it, obviously you come out in the second, so you're watching that game and you watch it unfold, and that's no fun. But I liked where he was just in talking with him after the game, and confident he'll go out and pitch well his next time.
Is it blowing your mind that Judge isn't letting up in any way? The team has a down offensive road trip. Granted, won a ton of games, but as you guys were saying, didn't explode besides a couple innings here and there. But Judge is still doing it every at bat. He hit 3 homers.
Yeah, they had to carry him yesterday.
Yeah. Couldn't help in the win.
It's unbelievable how good he is. It just feels like it's moving pretty slow for him up there. He's He's just playing so well. I mean, and just the consistency of it is pretty remarkable.
Hey, I've got one other beat reporter thing we kind of missed on the way through. And I'll be honest with you, since we've been best friends the last 3 years or so, we feel like our Boone meter's pretty good. I feel like your Stanton answers have been a little more touch and go than sometimes you are with other things. What's the Stanton update?
Because I don't have an exact timeline.
Right.
So people ask me, and I feel like they ask me, and they know. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I guess where is it at then?
So he is in Tampa still. Live at bats again yesterday and today, and then we'll probably make a decision after today, like, okay, potential rehab situation. But I don't know. I haven't talked with an off day yesterday. I haven't talked to G or the trainers about it. Right. I know we'll, potentially by tonight, tomorrow, have a better idea of like, okay, what the rest of the week and into next week's going to look like.
With Rice, being in utilizing that DH role every other game, protects Judge with the big homer yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever that was. Is that affecting the Stanton timeline at all? The fact that there's not this urgency to be like, we need a DH bat, we need Stanton, or is it truly separate timelines?
Maybe a little bit. I think there's some. I think Giancarlo's very disciplined to like, I will be ready when I'm ready, and so I think, even if we're desperate, to have, we didn't have a need, I don't think it would speed things up necessarily, but I do think because of the rotation we've had and the success those guys have had, it's, I think giving us a little comfort in like making sure that, hey, let's get this rehab exactly right, and that when he's ready to come back, he's ready to be Big G from jump.
Okay. Appreciate that. So is Jazz slotted it back into like 5-hole Jazz now? You have get another
tonight 6.
Okay. And Dominguez is out.
Yeah.
So Grish, Belly, Judge, Rice DHing, Goldie at first.
Rice DH and Goldie at first, yeah.
Volpe, DJ, Wells.
Volpe, DJ, Escar.
Scar's been hitting the ball. He had a good little road trip.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I was either gonna. I wanted to give Wells the double one, so I was either gonna do it Sunday or this first one here. So decided on this one, and so JC's in there tonight.
We love a double off day. Father time. You got anything else? We got trivia.
Trivia
is presented by T-Mobile. Get the best 5G coverage in the game with T-Mobile. Aaron Judge leads the team in RBI with 50. It's
Should we call them RBIs?
Yeah.
With RBIs. Runs batted ins. With 50.
Well, if you're going to make that argument, shouldn't it be RSBI?
Oh, boy. Who is second?
Hey, you're a baseball guy or masquerading as one?
Yeah.
There are guys. Them babies are ribbies.
Yeah.
Ribbies.
Okay.
Steaks.
Yes.
Okay.
They're not a guy.
Aaron Judge is first on the Yankees in RSBI with 50. Who is second on the team?
Wow.
Yeah. Just live.
Okay.
Right at you. And then who's sixth?
Who is second? I would say I'm going to go Volpe.
Anthony. He's got 33. Wells and Belly are both at 32. And I think you with the media have to be a Volpe shield, maybe too much. And I know, sometimes we get accused of that too.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts on it we don't have to do now. But he's driving in runs, and he's crushing lefties this year too, which like that's a nice to feather in the cap. Be like, hey, today I'm gonna maul.
Yeah,
it's good.
Well, it's been nice, like what him and Goldie have done against lefties with all our lefties in the lineup now, and so therefore we're gonna see those lefty relievers or whatever it is. So to have some landmines that they got to navigate or tough decisions. It makes it tough when you're righty. It makes it good when your righties are handling lefties at a high level to protect those guys.
Who got the belt, Yarby or DJ?
Oh.
Yarbs.
Wow.
DJ's still, I don't deserve the belt.
Okay.
He wants more.
Okay. It's fair. Cool. All right. Thanks, Booney.
All right, Blanches.
See ya.
DraftKings baseball fans, the season is heating up. Every at bat, every inning, every pitch. I'll zoom in even further. The road to October is taking shape, and there's no better time to get in on the action with our partners at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The other sports are winding down. Get deeper into baseball, and if you're a new customer and use code JMBaseball, you can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll score $300 in bonus bets. Whatever you're looking for, walk-off homers, no-hitter. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code JMBaseball. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Promo code JMBaseball only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
All right, there you have it. We bantered with Boone. A lot of injury updates. A lot of bullpen. I don't know, any big takeaways from you? Jazz is back?
Jazz is back, and that should be significant. Like, if you look at the best second baseman in baseball this year, Jazz is still near the top of the leaderboard, but he's now a third baseman again. So I guess it's something to watch as the Yankees season develops. And I think you alluded to it. I think Peraza is going to kind of be odd man out for a while, unless... Are they going to DFA Pablo? Because that's the only other option, right? Well, it's DFA Pablo or send down your beat.
Send down your beat.
Or if Dominguez's follow-up doesn't go great, then they don't need to lose
IL.
anybody, and he just ILs.
But then you need another outfielder, right?
He said it was like
Jazz
Soto,
and
and
Pablo.
Soto didn't go on the IL.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I knew we weren't getting him before his 11 a.m. update, but I thought Dominguez was going to be the win of the day, and Dominguez was not the win of the day.
No. Yeah, so I think they send your beat down.
You would think that's the
And
cleanest.
then if Dominguez comes out clean, they might bring him back up and DFA Pablo Reyes. But just to buy them some time, because
I mean, is now not the time to walk away from Pilo?
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
He goes out on the bump, kind of on top.
DJ or Peraza, someone's losing at bats.
Peraza.
Peraza.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they'd play Jazz at second and Peraza at third.
I mean,
Could Peraza get flipped for a bullpen guy, a la Talkman for Wandy?
Sure. I think that could definitely be in play for the right
That happened on
thing.
April 27th.
Right. That was early. I guess I would be interested. These Yankees, a complaint we've had, and I'm having flashbacks to previous conversations, is, the defensive sub things with Glaber, and like this would be a really interesting opportunity because again, Peraza can have good bench value. Like this is something we talked about in the offseason. Peraza can run. Peraza can play elite defense. That it would be, if they want to give DJ some starts, like I get it. It's DJ and all that. Like looking back at some of DJ's stats, you're like, God damn. But it's been a while that it would, if they went into like, hey, DJ gets the start at second, Jazz plays third. Okay. It's the seventh inning. DJ gets a hit, pinch run Peraza. He goes to third. Jazz goes to second. Like the whole idea of just having options available to you is a good thing. So I'm okay with that in a way.
Yeah, and I'm also okay with sending your beat down and saying, hey, now you know what you need to work on, because otherwise he's just stashed on the bench.
Right.
And we already stashed Pablo. Like, that's not helping anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
guess.
in the end, I shrug it, whatever happens
Right.
here.
It's we're starting to get into some real talking Yanks stuff, but A, good.
And B,
And B, I wonder if there was a B. I
don't
wonder
know.
if there was a B.
I was setting you up for one.
I guess the other thing that this would be option B, and Boone talked about it at the end there, are, currently our lefty mashers, Goldie, Volpe. I think DJ, because I was thinking of, okay, Peraza has value off the bench as the traditional, can play some defense, can run. Boom. I was like, does DJ? Like, is Peraza just out? And I guess DJ could still be, because the bottom of our lineup can still be very lefty, that, I don't know, would I be open to seeing DJ pinch hit against a tough lefty for an Austin Wells or for someone like that? Yes. I don't know if the Yanks will do that. Dominguez?
Dominguez, yeah. I don't know.
Right, and DJ hasn't earned that yet, but I'm just, if DJ ended up on the bench, was there value there? And there could be.
Yeah, over Pablo.
Yes. Oh, Pablo's versatility somewhat provides something now in like blowout games, getting Judge off his feet. Which is that more valuable than DJ pinch hitting in the eighth?
No, you just throw Jazz out there for a couple innings.
They don't do that, though.
They might. They're doing different stuff this year.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Today's June 3rd.
Oh.
I think Boone's being coy. I don't think they like Loizaga versus lefties right now. And he's been getting crushed.
Right now.
And he's been crushed by lefties.
Right.
And I really don't want that to become the situation.
And it doesn't have to. Like Johnny's missed a lot of time that he's got to like find his stuff. That Johnny Loizaga should be fine versus lefties. I think he's been fine versus lefties. Not this year.
Better against righties. But,
right.
But
it's, a
can hold his own.
Nasty righty sinker slider combo. But I don't remember in previous years if there was a lefty lane, it was like, oh, Loizaga's about to get popped.
Yeah, I think we're going back a while, but yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. 2019, 835 OPS against versus lefties. What was this big year? 2021?
J-Lo.
I think it was 2021.
See?
And they're bad numbers, but they're not like elite reliever numbers.
Right. 2021 was his best season.
Okay. So versus righties, he had a 496 OPS against.
Which is dominant.
Dominant.
Yeah.
And versus lefties, 623, which I would guess is average for relievers.
I think we would very much take that from Johnny.
He's very much a righty lane guy. Like,
Yes.
he's not going to come in an inning when there's two lefties and one righty.
Right.
But I need him to be able to get past the lefty and not be a platoon pitcher.
Right. Give yourself a chance against the lefty, and if you walk him, then you take out the righty.
Yeah. And we found out Leiter was down, which I don't know if that was something we knew.
No. Right?
It definitely didn't come up in our episode when talking about that situation, I don't think. But
he's been pitching.
But he has pitched a lot. I think has the most appearances in the pen for the year.
He's been pitching a lot. I have one more thing.
What's that thing?
Here it comes. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays, they have got you covered. Premium polarized sunglasses that will not break the bank. Sunny Grays. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering world-class products, 5 stars. They've been with us for a long time now. They're a big part of our warehouse games. They got the Jake Jimmy shades. They have so many different types of sunglasses. And summer's here, people. Go get yourself a pair of Shady Rays. They are backed by their lost or broken replacement guarantee. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. And they got one of the best deals that we offer here. ShadyRays.com. Use code YANKS. 35% off your next pair of polarized sunglasses. That's code YANKS at ShadyRays.com. Go get yours now. Shady Rays.
Better than ever.
My one last thing that I think I want to drive home to the people.
Yes.
We thought we might have been walking into a form of bullying with Blanche.
Yeah.
It turns out it's not.
Yeah.
It's a term of endearment.
In a bullying way.
I think it's in a slight bullying way.
Yeah. What up, bitches?
I do think it's there's good life lessons to be had here. I think it's elevated our relationship. Like some light, tasteful bullying, I think has brought things to a better spot where I could, I could
tell. I mean, he did this one from the party room.
He was in the party room. You're talking about Yarbs texting you. Faux row. I said I'm coming for his job.
So you thought I was saying like a faux hawk? Like that type of faux?
I thought you were saying faux like fake.
Fakers.
Yeah, FAUX.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
that'd be rude.
Because the missing dot is also the Royals. Because that's their whole playoffs plus Red Sox.
Yeah.
So, yes, I didn't. I thought that was a little more.
It's a term.
Backhanded.
It's a respectful
Right.
thing, not
no.
an insult.
I didn't know that because I kind of want it to be the disrespectful one. Take out the Dodgers and everyone else's.
Sure, but I'm a little worried. I mean, June swoon last 2 seasons and July splash. What's like a word for dead that rhymes with July?
That's tough, dog. That's how they should do the SATs.
That's knowledge.
Just kids staring at each other.
Oh my god, I did words that rhyme with July, and it's just like a bajillion words.
Right. But is that fake? Because I know LY has a lot of rhyming to it, but July?
Die. How could I not have known that on the top of my head? June swoon and July die. That's been the story of the Yanks last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So we need to avoid that.
Yeah.
Little TM. I trademarked that. June swoon
done.
and July die.
Take it.
The Junes, I would want it to end in and we die in July. So something June, swoon, and we die in July. But
In July we die?
yeah.
That sounds like an old Band of Brothers type thing.
And it's like, and then August we survive, and September we thrive.
Yeah, I'll always have the worst August ever stuck in my head. So
That was 2020.
23 and 22.
3.
3 and 2. 2022 was the horrible one. That was the good team. Who
I think
that
2022
team-
had an okay
That team
June,
had,
then
they had a
worst August.
not a terrible July.
That was the team.
At that point,
That was the
their
worst. That was the
month.
worst Yankees baseball I've ever watched. Was the 22 August.
Yeah.
Like
Judge Homer or you get nothing.
Like getting ready to watch games scared. All right.
Where's my sheet?
Where's his sheet?
Someone find his sheet.
The shit? I had a tab up with
Did you care about the Stanton?
You asking
update?
us where your sheet is on your laptop?
yeah. Where's my sheet? Here it is. 2022, they went 10 and 18 in that August. But they had a winning record in June and they were 500 in July. Last year, they had a 357 winning percentage in 2022 August, 2023 August, and last year 538. Still not a playoff percentage.
Not the good month metric we survived it, but
Yeah. It would be like September would be the alive.
September.
August can't be the survive because they're still dying in August. Last couple years.
That's what I'm
I'm agreeing.
Yeah.
So then July we die, August we're dead. And
September to remember. I don't know.
Remember.
All right.
V for Vendetta. Go Yanks. Tell them Grams.
Go Yankees.
Johnny, just pronate the changeup.
No, he needs a cutter. He needs something that goes into
I
lefties.
think it's too late for a cutter.
It's never too late. Cole learned one.
I don't know if he can naturally. He's got a good slider.